All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Here we set our dog up pretty deep. We go one, two. Okay, our dog's in an awkward spot now. Yeah, so they're either going to have to take off from here, which is a little too far, or they're going to have to put in an extra stride, and there's not quite enough room to do that. Dog's going to go for it and come up a little bit short. Interesting. I think maybe we can experiment with moving the dog up a little bit. It'll force the dog to round the first jump. They're definitely going to have a little bit slower start. You're going to lose a little bit of speed. Um, but I think it might be something. One, two, and another bar. One, two. Yeah, I don't love the spacing there from the course design. But I think it might be something to help the dog get used to the start. This is all beautiful work. Handling wise, I don't see any problems here. This decel is just a little bit late, just a little bit. For most dogs, this decel is perfect. For your dog, this decel probably needs to happen right here. And it doesn't happen until the dog decides to leave. It does get your dog a turn in the flat, but not quite enough. You can see that if we draw a straight line right through here, that your dog goes onto the wrong side of the line. Yeah. Basically has to come back for the weaves a little too far. Here I note that you have to hold your position for the dog to find the weave pulse. Let's see. Okay, so we're looking at jumpers here. You revisited set point and the fleeing on the first jump. Yes. Okay, perfect. Grass is extremely spongy and uneven. Bars were an issue for many teams. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So anytime the surface is an issue, dogs who tend to knock bars in general will knock a little bit more. We see this every year in nationals whenever the dirt is not good. And you'll also see it when the course design is a little close in some spots. This is a really nice move here. When I see this, I know that the dog needs to come in for a wrap, pick up on the right side. Maybe they're headed back to the weaves. Maybe you're going to set up something here like a throttle. Let's see what happens here. This is a beautiful turn. So in spots where your dog really likes to extend, I like the recognition here that this is almost a full wrap. There's very little difference between this and this to the dog, especially with these off courses here. So this is beautifully done and handled. This rear cross needs to happen before this bar. You can see that the dog is already on the line for this jump here, and then you end up shoving into the dog. For you, shoving into the dog does not carry the same penalty as it does for other teams. Other people, when they shove into their dog, the dog becomes demotivated, they run slower, they don't trust the handler as much, but that's not an issue for you because of your dog's tremendous drive and enthusiasm. Here's another one. This is one of those awkward gray spots. The dog's on the line this way, you need this way, so you're pushing into the dog. We'd rather avoid these. The best way to avoid this spot is very difficult. You'd have to get in and either blind cross here, maybe front cross over here. It's an awkward spot. So on these gray zone ones, because you're a little bit ahead at the takeoff, I would try and just get even further ahead so that as the dog is coming this way, if instead of being over here, you're over here, the dog will turn a little more comfortably. But here your dog turns fine. This is just a tough takeoff. You can see that the dog comes this way, lines up this way, and then tries to finish the turn over the bar. It just doesn't get up enough. It could be the feet just giving to you on that surface. There's just not too much you can do. The handling I just really, really like in a lot of spots. The one cross, the pushing into the dog, that's the only spot I didn't like. The second push, kind of a gray zone, just be a little further ahead. Everything else is really, really nice.